Alright, so we're going to do a little experiment today. Should be fun. One of the questions that comes up on YouTube a lot, and you've seen a lot of videos on if you're like me, is how big of a difference does the speaker make, right? Glenn Fricker's done a lot of tests on it. Other people have tried to refute those tests. All this different stuff. Now, Glenn did it with actual cabinets, actual speakers, and all that, because he's got the capability, he's got the equipment, he's got the speakers for that matter. I generally don't. I mean, I do have a guitar cab that I use with my katana sometimes. But generally speaking, I'm more of a digital guy for lots of reasons. One, flexibility. One, just pure space. You know, I don't have the room for all that. It is what it is. But that being said, I'm going to try to do sort of the same test, but digitally using my Helix. So I've got a looper on the floor here that I've recorded a little riff into. And I've got my HX edit up on the computer there. And the only thing I'm going to change is going to be the speaker. I'm going to make sure it's got the same mic for each one. And the mic's going to be in the same place. I'm just going to change the cab. Now, I can't change the speaker in the cab, so the cabinets are going to be a little different. But that's what it is. I will probably stick with just 412s. We'll see. I might throw a couple of 112s or some 212s in there just for fun. But we're just going to see how much of a difference just the speaker makes, the cabinet. So here we go. Alright, so I'm using the Victory VX preset from Glenn DeLuane. I can't pronounce. I'm not sure. I'm probably butchering his name, but that's the preset I'm using. I modified it some to make it suit what I want to do with it, but that's the preset I'm going to use. It's a high gain sort of amp. I'm going to use the cabinet that's on right now that I actually recorded on the jam on my looper with is the 4x12 Huwatt 100 with a 906 dynamic mic. 3.5 is position. 1 is the distance, angle at 45. So it's shifted. I'm using the new cabs, obviously, not the old cabs, because the old cabs you can't do a lot of this. They're really great. They take up less space, I think, if I remember right. You got to use them if you haven't updated. If nothing else, they are a good reason to update. I am in 3.7. I haven't done the review on that yet, or the walkthrough, or whatever you want to call it. I will at some point. But alright, we're going to start off again. This is the Huwatt 100 speaker. Alright, now we're going to do the Greenback 25s, again 4x12. The only thing I've changed is the cabinet. Speaker or the microphone's in the same spot. It's the same mic, same distance, all that. So here we go. Alright, this one we're doing the 4x12 Blackback 30. Again, same mic, same position. Alright, for this one, it is the 4x12 Brit V30, so it's a Marshall cab with the V30s. Alright, this one is the Mandarin 4x12 EM, so it's the orange cab. Alright, this one is the 4x12 Moon T75, so it's the Sun cab. this one is the Uber T75. Ubers are Engel, I think, if I remember right. Alright, and this one should be kind of fun because it's the same cab, so it's an Uber. So, Engel, I think, if I'm wrong, someone correct me. But this is with the V30, so it's the same cab with a different speaker. Alright, this one's the double XL V30, so it's like an oversized Mesa cab with V30s. Okay, now for a little fun, I'm going to throw some oddballs in there that you wouldn't really necessarily use for that sound. We're going to start off with the 2x12 jazz rivet. So this is a JC, was it 130? 120? Jazz chorus. Ugh. Alright, this one's a 1x12 open back cream back loaded cab. Alright, we're going to do the matchless 212 G25. That's not bad. And on the themes of cabs you normally wouldn't run this sound through, we've got a 2x12 silver bell. So it's like a Vox AC or a Vox AC30 with the silver what do you call them? The silverback speakers. That was alright. Alright, this is the 1x10 US Princess, so basically the Princeton sort of cab. Alright, one more just for absolute grins and giggles. Now, I did have to change one more thing on this one because apparently the 906 Dynamic is not available on at least this bass cab, nor any of those I looked at. I thought they all had the same mics. Apparently I was wrong. But anyway, we're going to do the 2x15 US Dripman, which is the Bassman cab. It came out in the last update. This is a bass cab. The 2x15. It should sound interesting. If I used a 421 Dynamic instead, but same location and all that. Okay, so I probably wouldn't use that by itself, but if you took that and blended that with one of those 4x12, like the V30s or something, that actually sounds pretty cool, I think. So, how much difference does the speaker itself make? It makes a pretty big difference. If you listen to all those back to back, they definitely all sound different, and it's the exact same playing because I used a looper. It's not like I played different on each one. It's the exact same amp and all the others. There's other effects. There's EQs and stuff on here, but it's all the same. There's nothing changed other than the cabinet. And each version sounds a little different. Some sounded a little better than others. Some of them sounded pretty bad. Some of them I thought were going to sound bad actually sounded kind of cool. So that's one of the great things about the digital things like the Helix or whatever else is that you can try out combinations that you probably, if you're like most people, can't in real life. You know, most of us don't have. There's like 20 different cabinets in here, 30, I don't know how many. There's a bunch of different cabinets. Most of us don't have all these laying around to just plug amps into them, right? If you do, hey, good for you, man. But most of us don't. Most of us have to rely on, if we want to have that sort of versatility, we have to rely on a digital format. But you can get a lot of different cool sounds. And then you also have like the wall of sound software from Two Notes, which I've been just recently gotten into because I got the Opus. And it includes stuff for that. And that's really cool. It lets you do a lot of cool stuff. It has the dynamic IRs, which is like kind of like IRs you'd load on here, but you can move them around. You can move the mic around kind of like you can with the new cabs on the Helix. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. If you got any other things you want to see, maybe next we'll do see what changing the mic does, or changing the position of the mic. That might be a fun little experiment too. Let me know what you think. Have a good one.